In 1873, a lawyer from Dallas published a stinging insult in the newspaper. He claimed Fort Worth was so quiet, so dead, that he saw a panther sleeping in the street right outside the courthouse. At the time, Fort Worth was a struggling frontier outpost reeling from the panic of 1873. But the citizens didn't take offense. They took the name. They became Panther City. Through our restoration, we see a world of deep dust and sun-bleached timber. The early 1870s were the days of the Chisholm Trail, where the horizon was a moving sea of longhorns. Notice the earthy browns of the unpaved main street and the hazy golden heat of the Texas afternoon. This was the edge of the world, a place where the law ended and the West truly began. Before the skyscrapers, there was the Acre, located on the southern end of the city. Hell's Half Acre was a den of saloons, gambling halls, and dance parlors. In these colorized frames, we can almost smell the stale beer and tobacco smoke. This was the stomping ground of legends: Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, and Doc Holliday. The AI brings out the weathered textures of the wooden boardwalks and the sharp, polished blacks of the gamblers' waistcoats. It was a violent, vibrant corner of the frontier that gave Fort Worth its reputation for being rough and ready. It was a place where fortunes were made and lost in a single night under the dim flicker of kerosene lamps. The turning point for the sleeping panther came in 1876. After years of delay, the Texas and Pacific Railway finally reached the city. In these restored clips, watch the thick, coal-black plumes of smoke as the first steam engines pulled into the station. The arrival of the railroad changed everything. The railroad didn't just bring people, it brought the world. The pale, new wood of rapidly constructed depots and the gleaming brass of the locomotives symbolize a city transitioning from a trail stop to a shipping hub. The Iron Horse was the heartbeat that finally woke the panther. By the 1880s and 90s, Fort Worth had become the Cowtown of legend. But the real boom arrived in 1902 with the opening of the Armour and Swift meatpacking plants. In these frames, we see the sheer scale of the Union Stockyards on the north side. The AI restoration highlights the deep rust reds of the brick exchange buildings and the endless maze of wooden pens. Notice the frantic energy of the cattle drives being replaced by the industrial precision of the packing houses. Thousands of workers arrived, creating a bustling, multicultural neighborhood that smelled of leather, hay, and industry. Fort Worth was now feeding the nation. As we move into the early 1900s, the dust begins to settle. The city started to trade its spurs for suits. This was the era of the Skyscraper Race. In 1907, the Flatiron Building rose, a narrow wedge of limestone and brick that looked toward a modern future. Through the restoration, we see the transition from muddy tracks to paved streets lined with electric trolleys. The vibrant greens of the newly planted trees in the residential districts contrast with the warm, honey-colored stone of the grand hotels. Fort Worth was no longer just a cattle market. It was becoming a sophisticated metropolis. As we move into the early 20th century, the newfound wealth of cattle and oil began to reshape the city's residential landscape. Nowhere is this more evident than in the silk-stocking row of Summit Avenue and the winding drives of River Crest. Through our restoration, we see these architectural gems, not as black and white relics, but as vibrant monuments of limestone and red brick. Notice the intricate detail of the Tudor and Mediterranean Revival styles with their manicured lawns and grand iron gates. These weren't just homes, they were statements of success for the families of barons like Burke Burnett and the Winfields. The AI brings out the lush greens of the gardens and the warm glow of the chandeliers through the tall windows, capturing a golden age of Texas elegance where the rough edges of the frontier were finally polished into high society. The 1920s brought the final, most explosive transformation: oil. When the McCleskey well struck black gold in nearby Ranger, Fort Worth became the headquarters for the wildcatters and oil barons. This wealth was etched into the skyline in the form of Art Deco masterpieces. Notice the intricate carvings on the W.T. Wagoner building and the Blackstone Hotel. The AI brings out the polished bronze doors and the shimmering glass of a city that was suddenly flush with unimaginable wealth. The 1920s were a roar of motion, with Ford Model Ts clogging the streets where Panthers once allegedly slept. By 1930, Fort Worth had completed its journey from a ghost town of 500 people to a titan of 160,000. It had survived the frontier, the cattle wars, and the Industrial Revolution. As we look at these final restored images of the 1930s skyline, we see a city that never lost its cowboy soul, even as it reached for the clouds. The Panther was no longer sleeping. It was a symbol of a city that had conquered the West by building it. Imagine standing at the corner of 11th and Throckmorton in 1899. You're witnessing a city in transition where the dust of the old frontier was finally settling beneath the foundations of a rising commercial empire. This view shows the bustling intersection of 7th and Houston in 1898. As the city's primary social and economic artery, this corner was defined by its ornate Victorian architecture and the constant hum of the early electric streetcar lines. By the mid-1890s, the view from the Grand Hotel was dominated by the newly completed Tarrant County Courthouse. Built with striking red Texas granite, this $400,000 monument was designed to prove that Fort Worth had officially arrived as a major American city. Step back to 1900 at the corner of 4th and Main, where the Delaware Hotel stood as the city's premier luxury retreat. Known for its elegant ballroom and elite guests, it was the crown jewel of Fort Worth's high society nightlife. Imagine standing on Houston Street in the 1880s, the heart of hell's Half Acre. Here, the rugged spirit of the Wild West met a growing city with saloons and storefronts lining a path still worn by cattle drives and wagon wheels. The Ellis Hotel at 3rd and Throckmorton in 1880, a cornerstone of early Fort Worth hospitality, serving as a vital stop for travelers navigating the rapidly growing cattle town. The Fort Worth Police Department in the 1890s, a symbol of law and order, during a decade when the city was working hard to tame its reputation as a gateway to the Wild West. Fort Worth University's administration building on College Avenue in 1889. An early beacon of higher education, its Victorian spires rose above the prairie as the city began its pursuit of academic prestige. This view shows Fort Worth's Boaz and Battle Company in 1888, a bustling commercial hub spanning a full city block, where the scent of trade filled the air at the southern edge of a booming downtown. This view shows Gallup Grocery Store at South Main and Hattie in the 1880s, a local pillar of daily life, providing essential goods to the neighborhood when the city's expansion was just beginning to push southward. This view shows the old Fort Worth City Hall in 1893, a monumental civic landmark that stood as a testament to the city's rapid transformation into a sophisticated urban center at the close of the 19th century. This view shows the Texas Spring Palace in 1889, a spectacular, short-lived marvel built to showcase the state's agricultural riches to the world. This view shows Pendry Brothers Store in 1885, a staple of Temple Place where the flavors of the frontier met the growing commerce of downtown Fort Worth. Take a look at this view, Trimble Grocery and Company at 13th and Houston Street in 1885, a busy corner of early commerce right in the heart of the growing city. This view shows Fort Worth's first high school in 1890, a cornerstone of education marking a new era for the city's youth. This view shows North Main Street and the wire bridge over the Trinity River in the year 1900, a classic view showing the path into town with the courthouse standing tall on the horizon. This view shows Throckmorton and 11th Streets in the year 1900, a glimpse into the quiet, unpaved beginnings of a legendary Fort Worth intersection. This view shows the Carnegie Public Library in 1905, a new sanctuary for learning and a symbol of Fort Worth's growing cultural ambitions. This view shows President Theodore Roosevelt in Fort Worth. The year is 1905, a historic moment as a sitting president addresses a massive Texas crowd. The beautiful Lake Erie in 1910. Once a popular destination for leisure and recreation, this scenic spot was a favorite retreat for Fort Worth residents at the turn of the century. This shows an aerial view of Throckmorton, 9th and Jennings Streets in 1912. From this height, you can see the city's grid expanding and the early urban density that would define downtown Fort Worth. This view shows Main and Lancaster Streets in 1912, a busy intersection showcasing the architectural growth and early transportation that pulsed through the city's south end. We walk through Adams Street in 1912, a quiet look at residential Fort Worth during a period of steady growth where neighborhood life moved at a much slower pace. This view, looking north on Main Street at 7th Street in 1912, a view into the heart of downtown Fort Worth during the city's early 20th century expansion. Imagine standing in front of Brown and Vera on Houston Street in 1910. This storefront was a part of the vibrant commercial life in early downtown Fort Worth. This view shows E.T. Renfro Company at Throckmorton and 12th Street in 1925, a classic corner storefront during Fort Worth's roaring 20s. This view shows Magnolia Petroleum Company bulk plant on North Main Street in 1912, an early look at the industrial infrastructure fueling Fort Worth's growth. This view shows a Texas Air Transport passenger plane at Meekum Field in 1929, a glimpse into the early days of aviation in Fort Worth. This view shows southwest corner of 7th and Throckmorton Streets, 1929, a bustling downtown intersection at the peak of the decade's growth. This view shows Cook Memorial Children's Hospital in 1929, a beacon of care and hope since Fort Worth's early days. Take a look at downtown Fort Worth from the Jennings Avenue Viaduct, 1931, a sweeping view of the skyline as the city entered the 1930s. The Fort Worth Star Telegram Building, 1920. For over a century, this institution has been the pulse of the city, documenting every major milestone from the cattle drives to the space age. Standing tall at 7th and Taylor, it remains a testament to the power of local journalism. Here we see Billy Rose in 1936, reviewing plans for the legendary Casa Mañana during the construction of the Fort Worth Frontier Centennial. It was the beginning of an era for the House of Tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the past rendered. If you enjoyed this look at Fort Worth's transformation, don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue to bring history back to life. If you recognize any of these landmarks or streets, let me know in the comments below.